My girlfriend invited her ex into my apartment, and I'm absolutely furious. I live in a big city, in my own apartment. My girlfriend Lily has roommates, but honestly she spends about 80% of her time at my place. Last night, while I was at the gym with my friend Mike, she texted me that an old friend she hadn't seen in a long time was in town, and it would be nice to sit somewhere quiet and catch up. I said they could use my apartment. I'd go have dinner with Mike so they'd have time to talk. I was mid-workout and in a rush. I didn't ask who exactly she was inviting. I probably should have, because this old friend she wanted to chat with alone in my apartment turned out to be her one and only ex, Kyle. About 30 minutes after that exchange, she texts me that they're already at my place. I just replied, okay, and kept training. Mike and I finished around 7 p.m. and decided to swing by Wolf Foods since they have a great hot bar and salad bar. We ate and wrapped up dinner around 8:30. I headed home planning to say a quick hi and crash. It had been a long day and I was ready to pass out. I got home around 9 p.m. At that moment, I had no idea if her friend was still there or had already left. I hoped they were gone because I didn't want to talk to anyone. But fine, I put up with it for my girlfriend. When I walked in, I saw huge Timberlands, definitely men's. My first thought was, great, her friend brought her boyfriend, and now I'll have to sit and make small talk. I took off my shoes and jacket and walked down the little hallway. I step into the living room and see my girlfriend on the couch with a guy, each at opposite ends, facing each other and talking. She noticed me and flinched slightly. I didn't think anything of it then, but looking back, it explains a lot. At that point, I was still completely clueless. I said hello and walked toward the guy, glancing around for her friend. Honestly, I thought she was in the bathroom or something. I shake the guy's hand and say something like, "Hey, I'm Lily's boyfriend," he answers in this smug tone. "And I'm Kyle, Lily's ex." I go, "Aw, sorry, I thought you were her friend's boyfriend." Silence. And then it hits me fast. My girlfriend has been sitting alone with her ex in my apartment for the last couple of hours. I look at her and ask, "So, just to be clear, this is the old friend?" In a small voice she says, "Yes." I was holding myself back from jumping to conclusions, but I was tired, absolutely not in the mood to socialize, and already pissed that my girlfriend was just chilling with her ex in my place. Another silence, and neither of them tried to continue the conversation they'd been having a minute earlier. Lily asked how my day was, and I said something like, "Fine, I guess," again feeling like I was interrupting something. I was at my limit. A minute after I'd asked her, I look at him and say, "Kyle, listen, maybe that's enough for today. I've got things I need to discuss with Lily." He goes, "Well, actually she invited me over, and we were reminiscing." I look at Lily. She can't even meet my eyes. I turn back to Kyle. "All right. Let me rephrase. This is my apartment, and I'm telling you to leave." He looks at her and asks, "Do you want me to leave?" And at that moment, I'm not proud of it. I snap. "Why are you asking her? I don't care whether she wants you to stay or not. I'm telling you to get the hell out of my home." Lily tells me to calm down, turns to him, and says he needs to go. Kyle stands, heads down the hall for his things. I follow. He leaves. I come back, and Lily is already mad at me. She says I embarrassed her. I embarrassed her. She keeps insisting my reaction was totally inappropriate because she warned me he was coming and asked for my permission. I say, "No, Lily, you said a friend was coming." A friend. Not a single word about it being a guy, much less your ex. She says my reaction doesn't match the situation and that I acted like a __. I say, "You were with your ex in my apartment. Do you understand what a massive slap in the face that is?" Then I asked why the hell they met up at all. She said he's having a rough time and needed someone to lean on, and she just wanted to support him because he's a good person, and meeting at my place proves there's nothing suspicious going on. I told her that's complete nonsense, and if my ex were having problems and I supported her, Lily would lose it. Lily says, "No, I would understand. I have empathy." I go, "That's BS, Lily. You got mad when I smiled at a girl at the gym who complimented my physique. She said the conversation was over and stormed out. I didn't say anything, didn't run after her, didn't text. I just sat on the couch and tried to process what the hell had just happened. Then I called my dad, and he gave me some very solid advice. A couple hours ago, Lily texted, 'Can we talk? I'm sorry I didn't tell you he's my ex. I don't want you to think anything happened. Nothing happened and nothing will. I love you.' He suddenly messaged me that he needed someone to talk to. I didn't think much of it. 'I'm sorry I lied to you.' Which sounds like a dumb excuse, right? First, didn't think much of it. Then, sorry I lied. So you did think about it, and you betrayed me by lying. I wanted to meet him at your place, so you wouldn't think anything was going on. Please talk to me. I love you. I haven't replied yet, but after talking to my dad, I'm leaning toward breaking up. Not because she met with her ex, but because of how I felt while it was happening. It's a huge red flag for me that she said, old friend, not ex. I still don't get that. And when I was clearly pissed at her ex, she didn't take my side once. When I was polite, before I knew who he was, I felt like a third wheel. I just felt she didn't respect me. I'm not talking 1950s. A woman must respect a man. No. But if the roles were reversed and I was with my ex at her place, I would have backed my girlfriend if she were upset. I'd have told my ex that the smug tone toward my girlfriend was not okay, etc. I'm still really angry, so I don't think we should talk right now. It's around 3 a.m. Honestly, I'm just exhausted. Before we continue, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the girlfriend's behavior is normal? What I personally liked here is that the guy called his dad, asked his opinion, and the dad actually gave it. It's not that common for a father and son to discuss romantic relationships like that. It shows a good bond where they can talk openly, the dad can give advice, and most importantly, the son is willing to listen and finds it useful. As for whether he should dump her, if he didn't, maybe nothing terrible would happen. Maybe she really doesn't get the situation. Though how she handled the ex suggests she still has feelings. Things might turn out okay eventually, but right now I think he should break up. Because sure, it could work out after some years, but it'll be very hard with her. She'll mess up again down the road, maybe from simple misunderstanding, and they'll be fighting forever. Not the best option if you can choose otherwise. And since she isn't his first girlfriend anyway, I think it's perfectly reasonable to find someone else. Tell me what you think, and we'll continue. Update: it's about 7 p.m. now, and honestly the last 13 hours awake have been exhausting. I woke up to my phone blowing up with notifications, and I'm like, why the hell did I dump my personal thoughts on the internet? I started scrolling your comments. Saying I was shocked is an understatement. Almost everyone took my side. I kept looking for a single comment defending her. There wasn't one. The biggest surprise was how many women wrote that they'd never do that to their man, and that it's extreme disrespect. Those comments hit hardest because they were exactly my thought. Last night was an emotional storm. I live alone, so there was no one to talk to. I called the one person who's always been there, my dad. A lot of you DM'd and commented asking what exactly we talked about. But first, I want to clarify some details, because rereading last night's post, I could see I rushed at the end and was completely spent, so I left out a lot. So Lily stormed out of my apartment after I told her she was out of her mind if she thought I'd be okay with her meeting an ex under the pretext of, he needs someone to lean on. Like I said, I didn't call, didn't text, didn't run after her. I was furious and in disbelief. I sat on the couch, did breathing exercises, tried to calm down. Useless. Kyle's words kept looping in my head. Do you want me to leave? I hadn't focused on that before, but damn, that knocked me flat. I was ready to blow. I kept repeating, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But all I wanted in that moment was to rearrange Kyle's face. None of my self-soothing worked. I grabbed my phone and said, Siri, call Dad. I didn't know what I'd say, but I knew if anyone could bring me back to earth, it was my father. I don't remember every line word for word, but I'll try to be accurate. Dad picks up. Yeah, I saw. Butch dropped 43 on him. He meant basketball. I chuckled. That's not what I want to talk about, Dad. I just had a massive fight with Lily. I'm furious and don't want to do anything stupid. Hey, stop. Where are you right now? Is she with you? Are you both okay? I'm at home. She just left. I'm sitting here, not sure what to do. Long pause. I heard him take a deep breath. All right. Lay it out. I told him everything like I told you yesterday. He stayed silent the whole time. When I finished, the only thing he asked was, what does Kyle look like? I won't lie. It threw me off. Hell if I know. White, long curly hair, that sort of thing. Why? No, how tall is he? Now I'm baffled. I don't know. Maybe 175? Dad chuckled. There's your Timberlands explanation. __, the male equivalent of heels. I didn't get it at the time, but then it clicked. That's what he always does. I can't stay angry if I'm laughing, and he can make me laugh in a second. I cracked up. You're right, Dad. He kept going. How much do you think he weighs? I thought, maybe 70 kilos? Then Dad got back to the confrontation. You said Lily only asked Kyle to leave after you really started getting angry, right? Yeah. Another deep breath. Son, I wouldn't be surprised if this is way deeper than it looks. The fact she only insisted he leave once you started boiling over says a lot. You're 183 centimeters and 86 kilos, and in your own home some guy you don't even know is disrespecting you. When a woman cares about a man, the last thing she wants is for him to wind up in danger. She knew exactly what could happen if things escalated, and she chose to get Kyle out of the line of fire, then dumped everything on you. Honestly, son, where do you think she is right now? I stayed quiet. I knew what he was getting at. I know it hurts, but promise me you won't do anything stupid. She made her choice. There isn't much you can change. You spent your whole life proving you're one of one. Don't screw up your life over something that'll end up being a small bump in the road. I couldn't be prouder of you. You're 22. You live on your own in a big city. You got your stuff together. That's rare, son. You're rare. The right woman, like your mother is for me. I smirked at that. Will walk into your life when you least expect it. Don't waste your energy. Everything happens for a reason. Thanks, Dad. I needed that. He laughed. Of course. Your mom and I are always here. We hung up. Back to this morning. I barely slept. The night was a wreck. All morning Lily bombarded me with calls and messages, apologizing and begging for forgiveness. Around 11 a.m. I was completely burned out. I still hadn't responded since she stormed out. In my view, she made her choice. I've got a long, tough week ahead and can't let this keep weighing on me. I ate and went to the building gym to run. Lifting days I go to a private gym. I do cardio at home. Running is therapy. Around 1 p.m. I got a call. And yeah, it was Lily. I didn't want to pick up, but we've been together 2.5 years. I felt I should answer. What's up? I say, and hear crying. I'm sorry, OP. I love you to death. Please talk to me. I shouldn't have left. I panicked. You know I love you. I said nothing. OP, please talk to me. This isn't right. Please talk to your girlfriend. I'm sorry. I told you nothing happened. I'll never speak to him again. Please, I'm begging. Let's just talk. That's when it hit me what I feel for her. Instead of anger or sadness, I felt indifference while she talked. I said, you can come by around 3. Still sobbing, she said. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I said and hung up. I sat on the couch scrolling comments until 3. Knock at the door. A moment later, she comes in. She starts smiling and crying at the same time, wiping tears. And again, I notice what I feel. Total indifference. Like I don't care anymore. And then it really sinks in. 2.5 years down the drain. Just like that. The woman I cared about most in the world yesterday is standing in front of me in tears. And I feel nothing. Lily, it's over. I said, shocked through tears. What do you mean it's over? It's over. I repeated. Opie, no, no, no. Please forgive me. Don't end this. I love you to death. She sobbed. Not gonna lie, those words hit hard. Really hard, guys. I couldn't keep the mask on. Don't end what? I said. Lily, I can't keep putting up with this. __. I don't know what impression you have of me after all this time, but I'm not staying with a woman who thinks so little of me. You ended this the moment you invited your ex into my apartment behind my back, Lily. That's something I could never let slide. The words just poured out. No guy acts that smug for no reason. Lily, I'm not an idiot. You gave him some kind of encouragement to think he could behave like that. You even took his side in front of me. Why should I stay with someone who wouldn't stand up for me? She was sobbing. I'm sorry. OP, I love you. I'm sorry. Call me what you want, but I caved a bit there. I didn't have the heart to keep hammering her. She was crying nonstop, falling apart. I sat silent. OP, I'm sorry. It'll never happen again. I only love you. I'll never speak to him again. Never. I promise. Please give me another chance, she said. I sat absolutely silent, a crushing weight on my chest, like my ribs might crack. To many it might sound like she said all the right things, but to me actions always speak louder than words. Last night, she made her choice with her actions. And since actions matter more, her apology had no weight. I was barely holding it together. Did I love her? Yeah, I still do. But I realized this is better for me. I could never trust her again, and without trust and loyalty, there's no relationship. In my eyes, she lost both. While she cried, I looked at her and said, Lily, please, it's over. This can't be saved. She looked at me. OP, no. Please, enough, Lily. It's over. I cut in. Do us both a favor. Pack your things and go. It's over. Let's end it here. She said nothing, just stood up and started gathering her things around the apartment. I grabbed a trash bag and helped pack. She left the keys on the table and walked out. That wrapped up around 4:30 p.m. Since then, I've just been sitting here trying to process what the hell happened. Honestly, the breakup still feels unreal. I wasn't planning to write, but I needed to vent. And since the post blew up, I felt I owed an update today. It's 7:35 p.m. It hurts like hell. Thanks to everyone who actually read this massive update. And thanks to everyone who commented on my previous post. I really needed to get it out last night. Story 2. My boyfriend talked me into a threesome, and I liked it, but not because of him. This happened 2 days ago, and I'm still all over the place emotionally. I'll try to be clear and in order. Throwaway account because my boyfriend knows my main. I'm 21, he's 22, and we've been together for 3 years. He's known I'm bi since the start, and never really said much about it until last year. That changed after he met my college friend Maya. Maya's also bi and very pretty. She doesn't brag about her experience, but she's open about it. Last year, during some drunk party games, she mentioned she'd had a threesome. I guess that's when the idea took root in my boyfriend's head. At first, I was totally against it when he brought it up, but he wore me down and I agreed. As soon as I said yes, he suggested Maya, and looking back, I realized that's what he wanted from the start. We asked Maya, and she agreed. We found a time that worked for everyone. She DM'd me a few times to make sure I was on board and comfortable, saying things like, "This isn't really your style." I said it was fine, and that my boyfriend and I had talked it through. When the day came, she unexpectedly took the lead, which I don't think my boyfriend expected at all. I won't get graphic, but she made sure the focus was on me, and even coached my boyfriend. If he tried to switch attention to her, she gently steered him back to me with things like, "Look how gorgeous your girl is when you do that." She barely let him touch her without my say-so. "Do you want to try this?" She praised me a lot the whole time, and I didn't even know how much I'd like that. She kept checking that we were both comfortable. Honestly, I think it was the best intimacy I've ever had with my boyfriend. Afterward, she made sure we were comfy. I don't remember falling asleep, but when we woke up, breakfast was ready. Maya is a professional chef, so it was insanely good. She left a note that she had to work later and apologized for not staying. I feel like the dynamic between me and my boyfriend changed after that, and I know we need to talk, but I don't even know what to say. The crux is, being with Maya felt better than it ever has with my boyfriend. I don't want to get too detailed, but Maya mostly focused on me and touched me, not the other way around. I think my boyfriend was disappointed he wasn't the center of attention, and I also think he was surprised how much he liked being told what to do. Edit. My boyfriend beat me to it and texted that we need to talk. We agreed to meet at Starbucks after my shift tomorrow. Might update after. Update. This whole thing drained me emotionally, and the post blew up way more than I expected. My boyfriend ended up seeing it and the comments. When we met, he apologized and said he didn't think his pressure was manipulation because we'd talked about being more open sexually, and he thought I just needed time. He admitted he liked it, but it wasn't how he imagined, and he started feeling insecure because I responded so much to Maya. Only afterward did he feel inadequate as a partner. I'll admit, I was angry because I'd told him all last year that this is exactly how it could go, that threesomes, especially without clear boundaries up front, often end like this. I was willing to work on it if he was willing to work on his confidence, but then he asked me to stop talking to Maya. I refused. Maya is one of my few close friends in this city, and we're very close. Even before all this, I told him that distancing from Maya won't fix his issues. We argued until he gave me the "it's her or me" speech. I just left. It hurts, and I'm upset it got to this point. How did I end up in this situation? I know you all pointed out red flags, but he was my first serious boyfriend. 3 years is hard to throw away. When I got home, I called Maya and told her everything. She tried to apologize, explaining that at first, she was a bit into me, but over time it became just friendship. When we proposed the threesome, she was happy to help. She apologized again and said she never wanted us to break up or for any of this to turn into something more. I assured her it wasn't her fault. She said she'd support me as a friend and give me space if I want. I really appreciate that. For everyone hoping I get with Maya, sorry, but I think I'll be single for a while to figure myself out. I like Maya as a friend and maybe something more, but if I ever pursue that, it'll only be when I'm 100% sure it's genuine, not because I'm lonely or fantasizing. I already have a therapist and plan to work through this, so I can set better boundaries in future relationships. Thanks again for the support. That's all. Share your thoughts on the story and your general take on threesomes. Based on most stories like this, like I've said before, they usually end like this. Badly. Sure, there are positive examples, or it seems like it's fine on the surface, but underneath it's not. I don't know. Thanks for watching till the end. Check out our previous videos right here. Also make sure you subscribe if you somehow haven't yet, and good luck.